it's Ivoya and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now, where are we? I decided to just keep on the same outfit that I wore in the last video. Oh, sorry. Noise. Alright, so in today's video, I'll be talking about going to do all the tests that my doctor gave me. Alright? I went to go and do my blood test. So I went to Apex. To get my blood work done. You know the lab area at the back? Yeah. So I went there to get my blood work done. He's joining us today. So yeah. So I drove myself there, and that was the same day that I took his keys. So I took both car keys. I was rushing because I had online class, and I was like rushing to make sure I get there, get it done, because I had to get it done that week. So I could figure out what was going on, because I was going crazy with not knowing. So if you are also in the same predicament, try and just take it easy. Breathe. And ensure that you don't worry so much and drive yourself crazy. And I understand that you want to know what's going on. And that knowledge is power, and it's better to know than not to know. But just breathe and pray. Just breathe and pray. So I went there now to get my blood work done. I didn't have to wait too long. So I called in advance. I didn't have to pay anything because I have two cards. I have my card, and I'm on his health insurance. So I used both two cards, and it was good to go. I didn't have to pay anything at all, not $1. And that was very good. I was happy about that. And so it took blood. I just waited a little bit, and then they took the blood, and that was pretty much it. I don't know, it was just one of those crazy experiences about just being there, knowing okay, I'm gonna get answers, and that was comforting, knowing that you're gonna get answers. So it was now time. It was I wanted to get everything done that day, because I wanted the result as soon as possible, so that I could just know. I just couldn't bother with the waiting. And plus, I had to do the HSG that week, because my doctor said that, because when I went to the doctor on Monday, and I got my blood test done on Tuesday. Yeah. My doctor said that the HSG has to be done after your period has ended. And when I went to the doctor, my period had just ended the Sunday before. So I needed to get it done that week, because it was either the third day after your period. I'll put the actual information right here, but yeah, something like that. Third to something. It was after your period ends. It can't be too far after that, you know what I mean? And so I was number one, I wanted to know information quickly, and number two, I was I can't keep waiting, because I don't want to go wait until my period comes again to do this, because then that would be too long of a process. So what happened was that it was crazy. So I went next door. I called multiple places now, because I couldn't call them the day before, because everywhere was locked on that Monday afternoon, after I found out that these are the things I needed to do. So I called them early Tuesday morning. I called everywhere. Spanish Town, Kingston, Portmore. I called everywhere, and they're oh, my machine isn't working. And I'm all right. Oh, we don't do that here, even though on their stuff it says that they should do those things there. But I was whatever. And when I was getting blood now, I was okay, let me go to the imaging center next door to see okay, if I can get an appointment. I was there. That was while I was getting my blood done, waiting for them to draw blood, to do my blood work. right? I was like, okay, I'll give them the paper. I was like waiting, and I was like, okay, people are in front of me, so let me just go over there. And they're waiting in line. I'm realizing that someone is like an attendant, like somebody who's working there, a nurse, whatever, is vacant. She's not attending to anyone, and I'm like beckoning to her, like if I can come and just do something quickly. And she's like busy with stuff, and I'm like frustrated because I'm like, okay, come on. I don't want them to call my name and then they don't hear me over there and then problem. But I said it to the lady, a lady that was there, that I'm just going over there to see if I can make an appointment. I soon come back, and she was so sweet that I was there waiting so long in that line with like it was ridiculous. Like not super duper long, like sweating long, but it was like unnecessarily long. And I was slightly irritated because I was also calling them on the phone. So I was like there in line, and I was also calling on the phone to like just see if they would answer, do some kind of, you know, something, and nothing. And I was like, okay, whatever. There and then, the lady from the other place, she came over and she was like, they called your name. I was like, okay. So I went over there now, and I needed to run to get this done quickly so I could go back to online class, because well, actually not online class, I needed to send in my numbers for lunch, and so I needed to like get all of that done so I could be able to be somewhere where I could access internet. And I didn't even think of like getting data. I don't know why. I don't know, but whatever. So the point of the matter is, I went back over, got my blood done, and then I forgot to go back over. So I just ran in the car and just drove home and forgot to go back over in the line. So I just kept on calling when I got home. Call, and they still weren't answering. They finally answered and said that the only appointment they have is for Thursday. And I was like, you sure you don't have any appointment for like tomorrow? And I was like, oh God. And they were like talking about if my period has gone as yet or whatever. And I was like, yes, I wouldn't be calling you if it wasn't. Obviously, I know that part. Well, I mean, it's nice of them to tell me, just in case I didn't know. And so forth. And I told them I had a referral and all of the shebang. And so I kind of made an appointment for Thursday. Like, I didn't fully confirm because I was like, that's too late. I need to find somewhere like right now. You know, I was still determined to find someone that day, like in the afternoon. And still no one answered. Like, I tried everything and that did not work. So I had to call them back to confirm that Thursday appointment. So I made the appointment for Thursday at 3, I believe. 3 or 4. One or the other. I don't remember. I think it was 4, actually. I really think it was 4, yeah. And so I went there. Well, she said on the phone, she said, take a painkiller, walk with a pad, all right, walk with a pad, and take a painkiller half an hour before you get here or before your appointment. And I was like, huh? What do you mean? I get the pad situation, but what's with this whole painkiller business? And I was like, isn't it supposed to be painless? I don't get this. What the hell? Why? This sounds fishy. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be bad. So I had that in my mind, like, it's gonna be bad. Ultimately, an HSG is just a test to find out if your tubes are blocked. Okay? So I was like, this was like the one that I was like, no, super duper worried about. I was like crying a lot about it. I was like praying a lot. I was like, just like, you know, in disarray, because I was like, why on earth? Why is it that I have to be going through this? You know, that kind of like, I just wasn't in the frame of mind to handle it. And so we went. Taylor brought me, and I brought my health cards, and I had the paperwork, and every single thing was there, right? I get there. Well, I took my painkiller. yeah, brought what they told me to bring. And I get there and I hand them my health card, hand them the paper, and they're like, didn't they tell you? I was like, tell me what? Oh, we don't take a health card for this operation, this procedure. And I was like, what the hell? Like what? No one told me that. I've called you guys like a million times. I've spoken to you guys frequently, and you're telling me no, that I have to pay, what was it called? 13? I don't remember how much it was, to be honest. It was over 10,000 for the procedure. So I was like, all right. I was like, okay, I did not budget for this at all. I did not budget for this at all. I brought, I think, 6,000 with me because it's like, okay, with the health card and whatever, it should come to this because ultrasounds are normally this. So, okay, that should be that, I'm like, okay, no. So, please call and confirm and check multiple times if it's covered by a health card or not, because that was not a pretty feeling at all. So now I'm now irritated. No, when I say mad, I'm like mad as can be, because I'm like, I have no choice. Like, I need to get this done, whether I like it or not. Like, this is just something I have to do. So what am I gonna do? So we paid that much, and I left my card, didn't have my card with me at all, and Taylor didn't have his as well, so he had to go back home for it. And so he went home for money and got back there. So I paid what I had, and then we got there. When he got there, I was already inside, and so he paid the rest. No, I was there now, and I was like, when I paid that amount, the lady was like, oh, okay. I was standing outside because I was just waiting for my partner to come back. I was waiting for babe to come back before I would just, so that I could just pay everything and then go in. But she said, no, you can come inside. I was like, but you guys were acting kind of weird about the fact that, they just look kind of weird. I probably just thought they looked weird. I felt weird because it was like, I don't want to come in and I haven't fully paid as yet, that kind of thing. I just didn't like it. I didn't want that. And so we went in. I went in because they persuaded me that it's okay, whatever. And I was like, just relax. You have other things to worry about. Like, this freaking thing look like it's gonna be painful. And I'm there and I'm really sad. Really, 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 really sad. That's happening. And so they said that the doctor is ready. And so I went into the room, to a little room, changed. They gave me instruction to turn my gown a certain way, and I don't remember how I was supposed to turn it. I think normally you have the back open, excuse me, but I believe they gave me the opposite instruction this time, that I should have the gown at the front open. I'll correct myself if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
And I was saying to the front, but put it to the back. So if the report is ready today, then I'll call you.
And so I was there sitting, waiting, and like, what the hell? And so I went into the room when they called for me, and this room is like proper operation looking room, and I was like, stuff's about to go down. I'm like worried because I'm like, okay, but whatever. So ultimately the nurse comes in and she tells me where to put my stuff, and she said I should put the pad on my underwear and put it on the top of the bag so that she could be able to pass it to me when everything is finished and so forth. And then she also showed me where I'll be laying, and also like just the tools that they'll be using and what they would be for, right? So she explained all of that. So it was like a little, I'll put the name of or the picture of the tools that they used right here. So there's like this little syringe with the dye, and then they had like tongue looking, spatula looking, I don't know, crazy looking contraptions right there. And so she explained that, and I was there waiting for a while, and the doctor didn't come in. I was like, okay, that means, and I was worried because I really wanted to talk to Taylor to like just let him know, see if he's there, you know, get one, you know, just like comfort me, or like to just comfort him and so forth. I don't know. And so I waited and waited, and I got off the bed, and I got off the bed because I was like impatient at this point in time, and I went outside. Like I opened the door. When I opened the door, they were like putting blocks, like not blocks, like this screen thing, and apparently they're like putting on their vests to block out the radiation and stuff. And she's like, you can't come out now. And I was like, but I need to talk to my partner. And she said, where is he? And I said, he's supposed to be outside by now and stuff. And so she was like trying to be so sweet. I was really appreciative of her. Hello.
Hey.
Hello.
What's up?
I'm filming. It was off.
Hi, y'all. Just got in.
Okay, so he's here now.
Yep. I'm right here.
Okay. So where was I? I'm talking about the HSG experience now.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
If you think it's a bad idea?
No, it's up to you, babe.
Yeah. I feel like I need to just let that out. Whoa, the bright light came out of nowhere.
Hello.
So we're in there now. Well, I'm in there now. And I still don't get a chance. Well, I think I got a chance to talk to him a little tips. Like, I called and he just asked what's going on or whatever, something like that. And then I asked him if he paid the money, and he said he did, and asked me if I'm okay, and so forth. And it seemed like he wanted to tell me something, but that, whatever. So the doctor came in now. He has heard the story, so he's probably like being annoyed now that I'm repeating the story again. But no, he's not. Apparently he's not. So what happened is that so the doctor came in now. It's a male doctor, and it doesn't matter to me really. And so he came in and he's like, hi, my name is blank. I don't remember his name. And I was like, okay, hi. And he looked at my docket or whatever, and he was able, you're hot, aren't you? Where are you? Okay, so he looked at the docket and he was like, okay, did the nurse explain everything? And I said, yeah, she did. And then he explained again. He like just went through it again, like quickly, to like just say, okay, blah blah blah, this will not take long. And I was like, okay. And he then asked if I've ever been pregnant before, if I've ever had a baby before, if I've ever been pregnant before. Which one? Pregnant before. And I said, no, I haven't. And so he said, okay. And I said, why? So I'm having proper conversation with this doctor now, and he's like, probably like, this inquisitive girl, where she come from, you know? Just like, I'm paying money for this, and you're putting something inside of me, so answer my questions. And don't look anyway. I'm just saying. And so he like says, well, it will depend on which. Did he explain it then? Did he explain then, or was he being like very smart with me? I don't remember.
I think you said he was being smart with you.
Yeah, he was kind of being smart. Slightly smart. I don't remember exactly what he said. But he was like, it will determine, it depends. He was almost like, you know that person, you know, you have some people who are very straightforward, and you have some people who are like beating around the bush, or like in their own world, in their own bubble, not really fully answering you, and they're like, whatever. So it's like, he said, well, it will depend on what I'll use. So it's like, okay then. all right. And then but he's sweet. I mean, I like his little personality. Everybody have their own personality. So it's cool, it's fine. So he then got the tool and he told me to lie down and put my knee up. So like my foot was planted on the floor, so yeah, the knees up. And so he said, all right, take some deep breaths. And he's there now talking to me now, Now he might talk to me. And it was kind of funny at that point in time because he's having proper conversation, like this his version of little something conversation. And so he uses the machine thing to open, push in slightly, and then he says it'll be over in no time. And then you felt like something went like this, and I guess that opens the area. And then he inserted the dye, I'm guessing, at that point in time. And before that, I was having conversation with him too. You see, as soon as the dye went in, and I did my research before this, say, oh, if the dye goes in, all those articles or those videos that says, oh, if the dye goes in and you feel pain, that means something's wrong. But if you don't feel pain, everything is fine. I am so angry with you guys. I'm just saying. But whatever. So it wasn't like crazy pain, but it was like okay pain for a second, and then all of a sudden it's like I am paralyzed. That kind of, you never expect that kind of pain. That kind of pain where just like it come out of nowhere. Well, not really nowhere, but you know what I mean. It's like it start like, oh, drizzle pain right here and there, and all of a sudden it happened, and I'm like frozen, literally frozen. I've never been speechless. I've never been speechless. And that moment, I was like silent. It's like when pain rock you, you just mute. Honestly, that's what happened. And so the doctor was like being his crafty self. He was like, you're not talking. Is everything okay? And I was like, if I had the strength or the wit at that moment to combat him with something, he would have get something. Because trust me, just to get from my nerves, I'm like, no, you want to talk to me? Backside. It was ridiculous. Oh, and I missed out a part actually. When he inserted the thing, I don't remember his name. Whatever, let me put it over my head. He just got home and it's like almost 9 o'clock now, so just bear with him. I'm soon done. Okay. He was like, you have been pregnant before. And I said, what? That was when I was able to talk to people. I was like, what? How do you know that? And he was like, well, it would just appear as though you have been. And I was like, well, you're looking inside of me, you must know. And I was like, that's so odd. So now I'm in my thoughts. I'm like, and that will be a story for another time as to why I think he's right and why I didn't say yes. I have been before when he had asked initially. Yeah. But yeah, so now I'm crippled with pain. And then I feel cramp. And I look at the screen because my back was like, I was laying this way and the screen was right there. So I wasn't able to like see it. Because I'm like, okay, I will be able to see the screen and I'll be able to see if the dye goes through the tubes and then I'll be reassured. Box cover, no picture. Since by the time the pain, like after it done wrap me, and I get up and I'm like, I look at it and I put on my clothes and I look at it and I'm like, one part looked like it went all the way through and then one part looked like it didn't. Like, I don't understand. It's like this big cloud of nothingness. Did it go through and then come back? Or what the hell happened? I didn't know. And so I was like frantically just talking to the nurse. I was like, did it go through? That's the only words would come out. Did it go through? Did I go through? And she said, what did she say again? You'll get the results. And I was like, did it go through? I just kept asking that question more than one. And she said, yes. I think the yes slipped. To be honest, I think the yes or the whatever, I think she just realized that she needed to just like reassure me. But then she still, when she caught herself, she said, the doctor will tell you everything. The doctor will keep you informed. And I was like, okay, well, it looks like, okay, cool. So so I got out, and what happened was that I had put on my pad and stuff already, got dressed, and I went out to see him. Only thing about it is that my legs felt cramped, you know, like you just feel like, you know, when you have period pain and you just feel like you're bloated and just feel like cramps. So it felt uncomfortable to walk a little bit, like, you know, it's just like this weird pain. And then I was like, oh, it doesn't seem so bad, everything seemed fine. But every now and again I would have sharp pains, like, you know, like in period, like muscle cramps. And then I would have to make sure I take my time to walk. And then I was like so worried, and I think it's just my emotional distress combined with that little whatever happened that just made me feel kind of unwell, like, you know, I wasn't like myself, and I was like running out of breath, and like just, you know, just really not myself. But I could still talk, I could still do everything. It's just that it was just this uncomfortable feeling, and I bled a little bit. I think I bled a little bit, yes. And then that was it, really. And then I got back my results, and the results, they said that they would have emailed the results to me, but the nurse that was there, not the same one, I think the one that was at the front, she was like realizing that I was so angry about the process that she said that she asked for my doctor's email address, because she said she was going to email it to my doctor. And I was like, why not email it to me? Every video I watch said that I'll get the results, so what the box said gonna tell me no? I mean, like, why are you guys just trying to stress me out? No, I'm not gonna have a good night. No, I'm not gonna have a good night because I don't know what's going on. And they said that they would try to get the results to me. And so I think they sent it to me the following day. No, they didn't actually. I checked my email and it wasn't there. So I had to go and collect it. Well, we had to go and collect it the following morning. So it was, I will show you videos, I'll put it over his face, of like reaction and whatnot. You want to open it?
You can.
It's sealed. Why did they seal it? They really expect you not to open it? Because I mean,
The doctor registered.
yeah. That don't mean nothing to me.
What's it saying?
I don't know what that means, but they said the endometrial cavity appears normal, and both fallopian tubes are identified and appear normal. And yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I will be back with more videos. Bye. Stay sweet and love hard.